What's up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you another video to my channel. If you guys haven't seen my Q&A already, go check it out. I uploaded it earlier today, and tonight is the Raw review for March 11th, 2013. And let's get started with this bad boy. Once again, rest in peace to Paul Bearer. If you guys want to know my thoughts on Paul Bearer, I already made a video about it, so go check it out. I made it actually like right when I heard the news. I heard it really late, so hope you guys understand, but I definitely was upset about it. But we start off with The Undertaker coming out and paying his tribute to Paul Bearer. Out comes CM Punk, and a lot of people were like, oh, why does CM Punk have to come out during this? And a lot of people were like, really thought this was like so disrespectful by CM Punk that this was a low ball. Like, this was terrible what CM Punk said or did. And like, in all honesty, Punk, to me, the promo itself was kind of lame. I didn't think it was that great of a promo. He didn't really say anything too bad. All he really said that I guess you could say was bad was that there won't be any heartfelt tributes to Bearer the night after WrestleMania. Maybe that is like probably one of the worst things he said. But also it's just that, you know, he also said that like in Paul's eyes, Taker was perfect, but after WrestleMania he's just going to be 20-1. You know, I don't really see anything that was too bad said in this promo. And also, I just feel like, you know, fans were really getting upset over this, and they were just like, this was one of the most disrespectful things in professional wrestling. I was seeing that on Twitter, and I was like, hello, 2006? I'm sorry, but what Randy Orton said in 2006 is still one of the most disrespectful things in wrestling. Sure, it was a long way past his death, but Rey Mysterio, you all know Rey Mysterio when he was all like, for Eddie and all that other stuff that he was doing, that was what getting Rey Mysterio over, that he was doing it for his late great friend Eddie Guerrero. And then when Randy Orton, you know, tried to buy Rey to put up the title shot, Randy Orton was like, Rey, Eddie's not up there in heaven. No, Eddie's down there in hell. And that made Rey put up the title shot. No one feels that's disrespectful. And then someone on Twitter tried to tell me when Batista was all like, Eddie's dead, was disrespectful. But there's a difference. It was like saying, because Rey was still holding on to the fact that Rey was all like, oh no, you know, what about Eddie? What about Eddie? And Batista was trying to tell Rey, Eddie's dead. Eddie's no longer in my life. He's no longer in your life. You know, it wasn't disrespectful. And to me, this wasn't as bad as people were making it out to be. I just felt that people were blowing it up to proportion. But you know what was bad? The fact that this ended in a stare down, okay? And then on the Raw Active app, on the WWE app, they make you see Kane beat up CM Punk. What the fuck? What is this? Why is this not shown on Raw? Why is it that I have to download this stupid fucking app? I don't want to download this app. I have enough apps already. I mean, shit. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I already have enough apps. Okay? I don't need any more. I don't need any more apps, okay? I'm fine with the apps I have now. Why do I need more? Swear to God, like they're so behind the ball when it comes down to apps and for the WWE. They're so behind the ball. That app should have came out when the iPhone first came out, okay? But stupid way that they set up Kane versus Punk later on tonight. I'm sorry. I understand why they're doing it. It makes sense in the storyline that Punk is in right now, but it's kind of stupid how they're setting it up. It's just like, what? Like, you have to watch it on a WWE app on your fucking phone? I'm sorry. I like my TV back there better than this. Okay? But moving on forward, when it comes down to it, we get CM Punk versus Kane in a no DQ match later on tonight. Seth Rollins versus The Big Show. All you need to know is that there was it ended in DQ and Big Show won. Big Show was spitting all over the place when he got triple powerbombed by the Shield. The Shield still looks good, and not really all that matters to me. So it leads on forward to a WrestleMania match most likely. Shield looking good. Hey, why not? All right, up next, Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler. Oh, the internet got their tissues out and their lotion for this one. But it all started because AJ Lee and Daniel Bryan had a funny-ass backstage altercation on SmackDown. I don't remember how it went, so I'm not going to try to reenact it, but it had to do with the 18 seconds that happened last year at WrestleMania. My only problem with this is that Dolph Ziggler needed all this fucking help to win this match against Daniel Bryan. I mean, we've seen in the past Dolph Ziggler beat Daniel Bryan one-on-one clean. So why does he need the help of a fucking giant monster in Biggie Langston? And why does he need help in a little small petite girl and AJ Lee? In all honesty, to me, that's kind of dumb. I don't really think he needs all that help to win a match against a Daniel Bryan. Maybe this is setting up for a Ziggler and Big E match taking on Team Hell No at WrestleMania, because I don't know what they're going to do with Dolph Ziggler at this point. We move on forward to Fandango taking on Sweet Tea, but there was no match. Fandango has no time to wrestle against Lord Shit Tie, okay? Tensai is not on Fandango's mind. And Fandango is a smart man, because that's all on his mind is Naomi. He's telling Naomi, leave those losers. Come dance with Fandango. And I was laughing. I enjoyed this segment. I had fun watching this segment. I was like, wow, maybe Raw is starting to pick up from here, because Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan, yeah, good match, but I just hated the fucking interferences that Dolph Ziggler needed to win the match. But Fandango, this was hilarious to me. This was funny, and I enjoyed it. And in all honesty, I was just like, this is great. They're going to do something. Maybe Fandango's going to debut. But then Tensai had to interrupt. Fandango says, nope, I ain't wrestling tonight. And I love what they're doing with the Fandango character. You know what I hate the most about professional wrestling sometimes? When they give us a WrestleMania match free on TV. And boy, look at this. Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow taking on the New Age Outlaws. Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow stole the show in the beginning with their whole wannabe New Age Outlaws entrance. I thought the Rhodes Scholars broke up, but hey, I guess they're back together for some odd reason. But the New Age Outlaws, they did a really good job too. But this match ended quickly. Oh yeah, it did. Because yes, Brock Lesnar came down to the ring. F5. Badass Billy Gunn. Paul Heyman got on the mic, and you know what they said. You can't deny the force. That is the game. Brock Lesnar versus Triple H 2 at WrestleMania 29. That's pretty much all I gotta say about the segment. At least it made sense why Lesnar came out. I mean, BA, Billy Gunn, and the Road Dogg are Triple H's friends, and not only in the professional wrestling business, but outside of the ring, outside of the ropes. So it makes sense to me, and I really did like it. Poor Kofi Kingston, still getting beaten up. Mark Henry beat Kofi Kingston. Ryback beat Heath Slater, and then they beat up my boy Drew McIntyre. Yeah, that's upsetting. But that's pretty much all you got to know about the squash matches. I guess it's setting up for the Ryback and Mark Henry match at WrestleMania. But wait, there's more. Because Ryback and Mark Henry apparently are going to be wrestling on SmackDown this Friday or taped on Tuesday. That's just terrible to me. Anyways, we move on forward to Cesaro versus Alberto Del Rio. Why is the mid-card champion losing to the World Heavyweight Champion? Do they not have any plans for any of our mid-card belts? Because obviously with the IC title, which I'll discuss later tonight, they don't have fucking plans for it. They don't have any plans. Del Rio beats Cesaro, decent match, moving on forward. This is just a build up to the feud between Del Rio and Swagger. Randy Orton and Sheamus versus Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes. After the Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow, the Bella Twins came back. Yeah, the Bella Sweats are back. Anyone happy? Who cares? Anyways, Sandow and Rhodes, in all honesty, I was just like, why are they wrestling again? What is the point? They got put into a match, and you had to watch the Raw Active app so you knew. I don't know. And Randy Orton and Sheamus came out, and Sheamus and Randy Orton won. It was an okay match. My boy Orton dominated, but that's about it. And then on the Raw app again, you have to watch the Shield beat up Randy Orton and Sheamus. What is this? Why is it that I need to download this stupid app? I don't want to download this app. I already showed you guys my phone. I don't have time for apps. I only need my Twitter, my YouTube, Facebook, Sports Center, whatever. I don't need to download no WWE app. I can just go on my computer, read off the news sites. I can go on WWE.com. Not that hard. Go on Twitter. Well, every wrestling fan that I follow on Twitter already posts the news before I can even go on WWE.com, so it doesn't even matter. But the highlight reel is back, so which means Chris Jericho is back from filming robots fighting each other. And this led to The Miz hyping up Marine 3, and then all of a sudden Wade Barrett came out. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's just like, wait, well, why is Wade Barrett coming out? And then this leads to Jericho and Miz fighting over, who should fight him for the IC title. And then Jericho's like, oh, should I make it 10? Should I make it have it where I hold 10 Intercontinental title reigns? And I'm like, is this what they bring Chris Jericho back for? This is stupid. And then Miz and Jericho had a fucking match. And in all honesty, the match itself, I wasn't paying attention. I'm being dead serious here. I was sitting here saying, what is going on? My head was hurting. I was like, oh, well, is it going to be Jericho versus Barrett at WrestleMania? Fine, then. At least the IC title's doing something. But this match ended in a DQ. We don't have a true number one contender. And we find out next week on Raw, we're going to get a triple threat for the IC title. Why? What? Did the Raw active app explain why we're getting a triple threat match? Because I need to know. Did the WWE app explain this shit too? Anyways, Jack Swagger took on Sin Cara. I like Zeb Colter's promo before the match. I'll say that. It was pretty entertaining. Kind of something that I'm used to hearing from his mouth. But then, you know, the match itself, I thought Sin Cara botched again. Because when he jumped on the rope, it looked like he went head fucking first. I thought he botched again. I was like, oh my god, is he okay? I was like, holy shit. But he turned out to be okay, and Jack Swagger ended up winning. And out came Alberto Del Rio for the save. Yippee. So far, I am liking the Del Rio and Jack Swagger feud. It was just that when I was watching this Raw, it was dragging on for so long that everything else was just so boring in between. Now, before I get into the main event, there was one glaring thing missing on this Raw. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people were so happy that this man was missing on Raw. And to me, it was kind of dumbfounding that he was missing on Raw, and that was John Cena. John Cena was not on Raw, and instead we got a video package featuring the John Cena and Randy Orton music from 2009. One of these days, you know that song. We got that song in the background. And so I was like, okay, so John Cena versus Rock music video package, and they were talking about Cena's divorce. And you know, the video package itself was pretty damn good. But the problem with it is, it was hard for me to really get into the video package because I knew John Cena wasn't like this throughout 2012. Like, they showed some really good moments that would make you feel like John Cena sucked in 2012, and they made it epic as hell when he won the Rumble. I'm not going to lie. They made it look really good. But the problem was, you know, when you've been watching the product for the whole year, you knew that wasn't the case. You knew that wasn't the case, that John Cena, you know, was doing this good. And they didn't even show the one where John Cena won the WWE Championship just to get it taken away. That right there, if you want to sell it to someone who hasn't been watching the product for a year or just watches around WrestleMania time, if you want to sell it that Cena is on a road to redemption and that he got screwed big time, you show that footage of him winning the title, feel like, oh, he's on top of the world, but then he gets it taken away just like that. I feel that would have worked a lot better than the way WWE presented it. But in all honesty here, I really do feel that the WWE messed up not having Cena on the show once tonight. Because, you know, Cena and Rock is supposed to be the main event. But I asked on Twitter, should Punk and Undertaker be a main event? And I want you guys to answer that in the comment section down below. And give me good answers. Don't give me fucking answers that are predictable as fuck. Like saying, yes, we've already seen Cena versus Rock. Fuck Cena, fuck Rock. I want Punk versus Taker as the main event. CM Punk deserves the main event. No, give me legit answers. I don't want to hear boring answers. If you give me a boring answer about why Punk versus Taker is going to should main event over Rock versus Rock versus Cena, then I'm not going to reply to you. I just won't have time. I'm being dead honest when I'm saying that. I want good answers here when it comes down to why Undertaker versus Punk should main event over Rock versus Cena 2. Not just because we've already seen Rock versus Cena 2. Give me legit, real answers. All right, so we move on forward to Kane versus CM Punk match made earlier tonight. This Raw dragged on so much that I was just like, you know, it was just mad to me. Kane won the match, so it's just that, you know, Kane won the match. It's not that bad. It was like, you know, I understood why Kane won the match. You know, pay tribute to Paul Bearer. I just thought Punk was going to win. But I understood the situation why Kane won the match. Like I said, this Raw dragged on. And so, afterwards, Undertaker came out. You know, him and Kane paid respect to Paul Bearer. And then all of a sudden, CM Punk grabs the urn, hits Kane over the head of the urn. And then afterwards, Punk, he got some good shots. Undertaker was coming down to the ring. And this is where my head was like, wait a minute. Doesn't the urn hold the power over the Undertaker? Last time I checked, doesn't the urn have all the power? And all honesty here, that right there is a storyline fail. Unless like in 2000, well, in 2004, didn't he lose? Didn't the Urn and Undertaker this bash? I can't remember. If anyone remembers what I'm talking about, I think it was Great American Bash. It was the Dudley Boys versus Undertaker, and like he lost the power of the Urn. I don't even know. But it also was in the SmackDown versus Raw video game. That was hilarious as well. Like fucking Eddie stole the Urn. That was genius. That was a great storyline in all honesty, and that was a video game. But pretty much Punk now has the urn, and Taker is pissed off at him, and Punk did a cool pose with the urn, and Undertaker went, yeah, like that. In all honesty, you know, the buildup of Punk versus Taker, it just feels like this is the main event of WrestleMania. This is what I'm talking about, good explanations. I just feel like the buildup of Punk versus Taker is just more hyped up than Cena versus Rock 2. And with the Cena versus Rock 2, it's not majority Cena's fault. It's also Rock's fault because Rock has all these movies and he's doing a good job promoting the WWE. I mean, he walked with the red carpet of one of his movies with the WWE Championship belt. That right there to me is saying, hey, look at me. I'm in the WWE. I'm also filming movies. I'm Beast. Come check out WrestleMania. To me, I feel Rock's doing a good job promoting it, but should it really be the main event if Punk versus Taker is getting such a good build-up on Raw? I just want to know from you guys down below. But anyways, overall, this Raw to me was very boring, very dragged on. Some answers heading towards WrestleMania. I felt the main event was good, but I just didn't have an attention span for it. But that's pretty much it. So anyways, guys, if you guys like this video, hit the like button. You can subscribe by clicking the little icon right here or down below. Follow me on Twitter, and don't forget to send in your questions for the next Q&A via inbox or Twitter. Inbox here on YouTube. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. See you all later. Chase Oliver 68 here saying peace.